All right, so one thing we can do is we can create titles for her. And there are ways that you can just use standard titles that they have or titles that you create on your own. So you are not required to do a title for your interview, but I just wanted to show you. In general, I would probably do my titles in a different software. But if this is the software you have access to, go ahead and use it. So if we go to graphics and we go to our graphics workspace, we can come over here and they actually have pre-done titles. They have credits. This is awesome. They had none of this when I was growing up. You just had to make your own, which is why I usually teach people to make their own. So I could look and see, they have a lot of credits. They have a caption. They're calling it a caption. Usually I would say a lower third, and if you keep going down, you'll see lower third. You have a lower third left, you have a lower third right, you have one that is a name and a title. Generally, we would probably pick a name and a title. So I'm just going to click, hold, drag, and drop above her. It says it cannot resolve my type font. That's fine. Are you going to still let me type? It's just saying that there's this thing called, there's this portion attachment to Adobe Premiere that is attached to the internet, like called Typekit, where it can access different fonts. It's just saying, hey, I have an error. I can't use this font. So if you did want to like make a title, like Kirsten had these cool little things at the end, like directed by, shot by. Didn't have to do that, but she did it. This is one place you could go if you wanted to get some like titles before your film. Now the title and the credits do not count as your total runtime for me. Now if you are at a film festival, your title and your credits, rolling credits of who does what and actors and all that does count for your total runtime. But I have seen students try to do like a 20-second title thing to try to fill that they didn't reach the time of the assignment. That's not going to fly here. So just realize, though, when you enter a film festival, your title credits and your credits at the end do count as your total runtime. Not in this class, though, because that's just an easy way to fudge the time. So let's go to graphics. Let's go down to a lower third. Obviously, you're going to want it to be on the left because she is on the left. And we're going to click, hold, drag, and drop, and we're going to drop it on the video layer above her, so that way it's above her. Because if we dropped it down here, we would just see the title on black, right? And we don't want that. We want this to be superimposed or above her. Need me to repeat anything? Yes. So we're going to go to graphics on the top to change our workspace. Then we're going to go down and we're going to browse. If you're on edit, you can, that's fine, but you want to be on browse. You're going to scroll down until you see a lower third that you like. There are different ones down here that have backgrounds. I was doing one without a background to show you how to make a simple background. But they have some sports-looking ones, some news-looking ones. I'm using the one, and I'd like to use one that has no background because I'm going to show you how to create a background.
So mine is unable to connect to type. What does that mean?
So that means there's actually a link to the internet where it has all the fonts stored. Since that font is not on this computer, it's saying, hey, FYI, you don't have this font. And so then it's going to replace it with something that's similar looking. You can press OK. You can press OK. And it should still pop up. I'm actually going to put this on the video layer 3 because I'm going to show you how to add a box underneath it. So if I want to edit this, you can have it selected and go to your Edit tab, and you'll see on the top it says Insert Name here, Insert Title here. So I'm going to go ahead. I don't remember her name. I'm sure they tell us in the interview, but I don't want to go back and listen to it. For time's sake, I'm just going to go ahead and give her a name. Let's see. What should I call her?
Susie Q.
Susie Q. Here's where you can pick your font. Say you don't like the typewriter font, you can do something else. But I'm going to click with over here, and you'll see it'll change to the type font. And so I can call her Susie Q. And we're going to just add that so it's not just a Q letter. That'd be kind of weird. If I then click, so all I did is I was in the Edit tab. I decided if I wanted to keep this font or not. I can also change the color. So over here where it says fill, that's the fill of the font. You can add a stroke to it if you want, but strokes can be kind of difficult to read. So if I wanted to change it, like say I'm gonna do a red background, so I'm gonna leave it white. But if I wanted to change it, if you ever see a color box and you're in an Adobe software like Premiere, Premiere, Photoshop, InDesign, or Illustrator, if you click this box, it will open up generally your color picker, and you can adjust the colors that you see in these boxes by clicking on these little V's and dragging it down the color bar. If I see a color I want, I can click on it, and this will show me what color I will then be having my font. I personally want to leave it white because I'm going to make a like a crimson looking background since she's on the UA horseback riding team, equestrian team. But this is how you could change it. So I'm going to say cancel, but if you found a color you liked, again, by adjusting this slider here, again, you get to this color window by double clicking on this fill box. You can adjust your slider, click wherever you want that color to be. If you find one you like, press OK. I'm going to say cancel because I want to keep it white. If I wanted a stroke, I would just click on the stroke button box, and then I would pick a stroke color. You do not see a stroke right now because I have white on white. So I'm going to click that off. If I want a shadow, I can have a drop shadow. And if I don't want a drop shadow, I can click it off. But I'm going to leave it on. Now I'm going to go edit her title. So now you'll see that when you click on the text bar with the title in the edit tab, I can go here and click. And then I can call her UA Equestrian. Yeah, I'll just live at UA Equestrian. Equestrian just means she's a person who rides horses.
Wait, so I don't let me type in this thing.
Okay, so remember, I'm not typing here. I'm just using this to select what it is. Then it should highlight this box. Does it highlight your box? Okay, I'm coming. So, okay, yeah. Yeah, it highlights the box. So click on that, and then you have to move your playhead over it so you can see what's going on. So if your playhead is not over it, it won't show you the box. So now it has it selected. So now if you click, now you can type. So you definitely need to make sure your playhead is over that font CG that we just added, because if I move my playhead away from it, I will not be able to type or see it. But if I have it over it, you can see when you select this area, it will have that box appear. Now, I will tell you, in news and television, more than likely, unless you're submitting a doc to like the History Channel or something like that, and it's a pre-made doc, if it's a news station, we always add these in live because it would be first generation. This is second generation. This is something that's within the video. If we add it live, that's why sometimes you might notice on news videos, their video graphics are very crisp and clean and look even better than the video because it's being done live. It's not something that's pre-recorded.